Say about you, yeah. The world is ran by select few. They tryna brand the name and bear us with a chip. But this the antidote. I'm hitting you with some truth. We not meant to survive, but that's the dirty truth. The world is ran by select few. That's right. They tryna brand the name and bear us with a chip. But this the antidote. I'm hitting you with some truth.
Still planning to phase out FEMA?
Well, FEMA is something we can talk about later, but right now they're busy working, so we'll leave it at that.
In light of the floods, do you think that the federal government needs to hire back any of the meteorologists who were fired in the last few months?
I wouldn't know that. I really wouldn't. I would think not. This was the thing that happened in seconds. Nobody expected it. Nobody saw it. Very talented people are there, and they didn't see it. It's, I guess they said once in 100 years they've never seen anything like this. So I wouldn't, I mean, people are trying to blame the school, they're trying to blame the camp, they're trying to blame, it's just a horrible thing. But no, I wouldn't say that, no.
Are you planning to visit Texas, Mr. President?
Probably on Friday.
Grand Rising, everybody. This is Dice Game G coming back here on the We Are VishusTv, and we real, raw, and unedited. Me and Dickie Jr. This is 2025, y'all. We doing it extra lit this year. So make sure when you come to our channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you've been subscribed. Hit that like button, because that like button is gonna bring more people to our channel. And I'm telling you, we'd be so appreciated if you do that. Leave a comment too, because we want to know how you feel about every of all our content. And this video, you look at that too, even though the live stream. So make sure you subscribe, and you subscribe on other platforms too. You can find us really on Telegram. You know, Telegram, we doing it live and lit on there too. Also, you find Instagram and X. Everybody, hit us on X. We doing it live on there too. You know, we got our TikTok channel too. You know, we're gonna leave all the links in the description. And our Big Shoot channel doing great. So I'm Dice Game G here on Raw Vicious Network, and I love y'all on We Are VishusTv.
Now back to our presentation.
Happy Saturday, y'all. Oh my God. It is flooded out here in Central Texas. We just got a notice that we need to evacuate my apartment. Now, those of y'all that follow me, y'all know that I come out here on my patio often, and I show you where the deer and stuff are down there. But this is a river. We live in between two rivers, and this river is flooded. That is high. Like normally, I want to say that this is probably a good 12 feet above ground or more. Thankfully, we up here on the second floor. But the rain is continuing to come. It's supposed to rain all day, and it's getting pretty crazy. We are getting flooded out. I'm talking about seriously. It is bad. Look at that. The flooding is flooding, and it ain't nothing to play with. Over here is okay, but it's a matter of time. I ain't taking no chances with it. I'm getting the heck up out of here. Oh my god!
In Thai fuck did all that come from?
Everything is ruined.
Should we get some out of this room?
I don't know.
I mean, it's it. Look at this.
Coming again! Coming again!
Oh my god! No! Oh my god! Holy oh my gosh. Bennett!
Back up. Charles, back up. Wow. Get over here, too. That's the fast already 4 foot. Yep. Okay, let's go back. Juanita. Wow. Juanita, move back. Connor, come on back. Yeah. Right. Connor, come back further. Next time we close the road down.
Donald Trump. If it wasn't for Donald Trump. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, this wouldn't happen. They would have took all the resources away. You know what I'm saying? That's why the death toll is so up. You know what is going on? We voted for this peach red man. He came in. If he would have took all the resources, man. You know what I'm saying? If it wasn't for Donald Trump, I'm sick and tired of hearing this man's name when everything always goes to shit. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, what are you doing? What is everybody else doing? Quit passing the blame game. I'm sick of this. I'm sick of these retards. That's what I said. You heard me loud and clear. I'm tired of you retards. Keep on talking. If it wasn't for Donald Trump, what are you doing? Now, I'm gonna put it like this. If it would come from life or death, if Donald Trump made a law and said, oh, you can't do this, and then I see babies is being swept away, you know what I'm saying, about massive water, and they say you can't get in the water, you can't swim because this and all that stuff, and I see children getting wiped away,
and water and floods. Fuck Donald Trump. I'm gonna get up and I'm trying to save them damn kids. I'm sick of hearing this. I'm the fucking Donald Trump. I'm sick of y'all. You don't like what I'm saying? Kiss my ass. Cause y'all full of shit. I'm sick of this stuff right now, and I'm sorry everybody. It's get to me when I hear people always crying. And always because they didn't get what they get their way or get what they wanted. They and them the first ones don't do shit. The ones that always get up here and cry and them the ones don't do anything. You know what I'm saying? The ones who always, you know what I'm saying, getting the straight bullet to the noodles, the ones, you know what I'm saying, always get overlooked. And the ones that always stand up and fight. And nobody talking about them, but they want to get some old soft booty pooty old woman or dude or, you know what I'm saying, a beta male and a Karen come up and want to bring down the Trump. That's all they do. And we got children are missing in Texas. The death toll up to 82. So far, you know what I'm saying, this started, it's 750 girls in Camp Mystic. They was camping, you know what I'm saying, you got 750 girls in camp. And you, right now, because of the flood rose in 30 minutes. I seen the clip of the flood waters, and it rose up so very fast. This was Friday. This was 4th of July. You know what I'm saying? And these people have to, you know, tragically witness, you know what I'm saying, a massive flood going all through they, you know what I'm saying, they county. You know what I'm saying? And the Guadalupe River in Kerrville, Texas, you know what I'm saying, with massive floods. You know what I'm saying? And we got video, and I'm gonna show you right here. If I ain't already show you, if you know, I don't know what section and how we're gonna break it down, but I'm showing you the clips right here on this video. And we on Vicious News. Now I'm Dice Game, if you don't know who I am. But like I said, I'm sorry to everybody that you had to wake up or you had to click on this, you know, video and you hearing me, you know what I'm saying, you know, going really, you know, off on these, you know what I'm saying, Karens or these beta males. Because I'm tired of hearing, and I posted 2, you know, clips, you know, showing that you got, you know, a Karen and a beta male crying. Donald Trump, and that's all they do, and I'm sick of it. Leave Donald Trump's name up out of this. Even though if he's doing some dirty shit, leave his name alone, because therefore we tired of hearing his name. You know what I'm saying? Let's start doing something about this. Let's find these missing children. Right now they looking for 10 more missing children and 1 camper, you know what I'm saying, that is fouled in this flood. So, like I told you, we do it raw, real, and unedited here on We Are VishusTv. And like I said, I'm tired of hearing all of these beta males and these Karens crying all the time. And then the ones that they don't do shit. They don't do nothing. All thing they do is good is cry and run out the gums and the lips. That's all they do. And they don't know what the fuck they talking about. And they can't even get out there and clean the fucking bathroom. They can't even get out there and clean the yard or, you know, vacuum a floor or cut the grass. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of all this stuff. If what Mother Nature did and it took lives, you know what I'm saying, it must be meant. Or, like I said, you know, Mother Nature is pissed off because of us. You know what I'm saying? The planet is pissed off because of us. The spirits are pissed off because of us. Because, like I said, we still fighting the same battle that we've been fighting for the last 2,000 to 6,000 years. You know what I'm saying? We can't get it right from white and black or melanated the Caucasian. We still can't get it right. We still selling each other out for money, cars, riches, shit that don't even matter. Shit that won't save you if you was in a hurricane. That dollar will blow away while you putting down a person in your family or another, you know what I'm saying, flesh and blood, heartbeat person, some goddamn money. You know what I'm saying? But money is gonna fly away, but that person gonna help you up. That person will get you out of the slums. That person, when that fucking tree fall on your leg, that person gonna get grabbed 2 other more people to get that tree off your leg. But I don't see no money doing that. But that's what I'm saying. People have their, you know what I'm saying, they got everything crossed up. They conditioned. You know what I'm saying? They are brainwashed. You know what I mean? You know, money is your God. But y'all can't come together with tragedy, stuff like this happen. You still want to pass the blame game. And whenever they done Trump, I'm sick of that, y'all. I'm sick of that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? You still got out of 82 people done died from this flood. You got 28 girls are missing, and 28 kids are missing, and 41 adults still missing. They still looking for them. And you know, things like this, you know, I try to keep it positive, you know, but things like this always, you know, at the end, it always have its demise. And we sending out all the bliss, love out there to all the families that gotta witnesses or gotta go through this. You know what I'm saying? We ain't got time for beta males and Karens crying and stuff. You need to get out there and help. And don't believe me, I probably be the one to go out there and help. I done did it before. I done went to temporary service to go help, you know what I'm saying, when flood or disasters or tornadoes. I done did it before. So don't want to say, well, I don't see you doing. I do it. So if the ones who saying that I'll do it, you can kiss my ass. You know what I'm saying? I ain't seen you out there. See, I'm sick of it. We are in a time now that we told you, we always been telling you, we gotta come together. If not, you know what I'm saying, this divine source, energy, frequency coming in, you ain't gonna have no other choice or die. This don't make no sense. And like I said, between Camp Mystic, like I said, you had 750 girls that was camping. And like I said, they still look for 10 girls and 1 camp counselor. You know what I mean? So, I mean, you know, this is so tragic. This had to happen. You know what I mean? So I'm just asking everybody, you know what I mean? If you can't donate, you know what I'm saying, to this, you know what I'm saying, and you know, there are plans where you can donate everywhere on TV or whatever. You know what I'm saying? You can't donate it, you know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I'm saying? If they got any kind of work that people, if they need people to help with this, please go out there and help. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, this is part of us coming together and, you know what I'm saying, being one unit. You know what I'm saying? And leave the Karens and the beta males at home. Have them cook and clean up. Have them do something constructive instead of running out their gums and keep, Donald Trump. What about Joe Biden? What about Kamala? What about the D state? What about all this shit? You know what I'm saying? I'm getting tired of them, you know what I'm saying, trying to pull politics and stuff like this. You know what I mean? So I'm just keeping it real, raw, and run. You know what I'm saying? Real raw and unedited. For all y'all people that been loving the channel, you know what I'm saying, supporting, please, like I said, please support, you know what I'm saying, if you want to donate, you know, we on Cash App, and everything is gonna be in the description. You know what I'm saying? $Dice 3789 on Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Please, you know what I'm saying, leave a comment. Please leave a comment. I want to know how everybody feel about this. And we, you know what I'm saying, we doing this on my Telegram channel, you know. So please, you know what I'm saying, please join us on Telegram. You know what I mean? I see, you know, Telegram, you know, the numbers are, you know, dropping. Because I know a lot of people, you know, Telegram lost its novelty. You know what I'm saying? People going elsewhere. But I'm telling you, Telegram is big, yo. You don't need to get out Telegram. Telegram is a free speech platform. They locked the CEO up because he would not, you know what I'm saying, sell out to them. So that's why I said I'm staying on Telegram. I love you all. Please share this video. Please like it and please leave a comment. And before I leave out of here, over, 22 foot of water rises up in an hour between, 20 foot of water rises in an hour between 3:40 5 a.m. and 4:45 a.m. I'm just, and this is how, you know, this how fast water rises. You know what I mean? And that's a lot of rain, you know. So, and I just hope people get it together, you know what I'm saying, and quit, you know, trying to fight and kind of play the blame game. Please got to look out for them children, you know what I mean? So I'm signing out. I'm Dice Game G here on We Are Vicious TV. I love y'all, and I'm out.
Trump responsible for the Texas flooding? Many people are blaming him for it. Even though Texas officials blamed the National Weather Service for a faulty forecast, Trump was the one who fired NOAA staff and defunded the National Weather Service. But Corey, why are you bringing politics into it? People have died and people are missing. Look, politics or not, I'm just echoing what the people are saying. This ain't Hurricane Katrina, this is Kerrville, Texas. This family's home is literally being carried away by floodwaters while they are inside of the house.
There's people in it. Oh my god, there's so many people in it.
They didn't even have time to evacuate. This is a video of a man who was trapped in his car, but the floodwaters were already here, so the people were telling him to get out of the car.
Get out! Get out of your car!
Oh my god!
Maybe if Trump didn't defund the National Weather Service, maybe this wouldn't have happened. Again, I'm not saying this, I'm just echoing what the people are saying. Do you think Donald Trump is to blame for this? Let me know in the comments.
Texas floods didn't just take the lives of 70, 80 plus people simply because of weather. 70, 80 plus lives were taken because of choices by the people in power who cut the very agencies meant to protect us. Under Trump, FEMA lost 2,000 employees. That's a third of the workforce for the program gone. Programs that funded flood prevention projects in small towns here in Texas slashed. Sirens, sensors, disaster plans canceled like we were disposable. NOAA or NOAA, the people who forecast these storms, they got gutted too. Over 850 staff cuts, radar networks unplugged, even weather balloons stopped flying. Forecast offices here in Texas were running on fumes. The warnings we needed, they came too late or too weak. These deaths were not random. They were preventable. But when you cut life-saving agencies to give tax cuts to billionaires, this is the price that the poor pay. I'm a Texan, and I for one am tired of being told that these disasters were just an act of God. I'm tired of hearing thoughts and prayers being sent out to people for disasters that were completely avoidable. And I'm tired of seeing the parties responsible being able to avoid accountability. These were not acts of God. These were acts of governmental neglect. People deserve better. So hold them accountable. Share this video. Demand investment in FEMA, NOAA, and our safety, not cuts that drown our people.
Okay, my house is flooding. Anybody out there? I have my dad on hospice and I need to get him out of here. He's bedridden, he can't walk, he can hardly move, and look where the water is. So somebody please, we've called 911. It's bad over here. In front of the house, it's like a river. I mean, it's like a lake. They can't come look. We've lost our cars, everything. We've lived here for 30 years and this has never happened. So anybody, please, if you have a boat or something, I need help. I need to get my dad out of here. It's starting to smell like sewer in here.
The Guadalupe River has claimed the lives of at least 79 people, 21 of them were children. And if you're wondering how a calm, beautiful river could suddenly turn deadly, let me tell you a story that goes back more than 200 years. This wasn't the first time, and it won't be the last, unless we change something. The Guadalupe River begins in Kerr County and winds through the Texas Hill Country before joining the San Antonio River and emptying into the Gulf. This region, it's called Flash Flood Alley. Why? Because the rocky terrain doesn't absorb water. It sheds it like a marble countertop. So when rain falls, it runs downhill fast into creeks and streams and straight into rivers like the Guadalupe. That's why in just 45 minutes, the Guadalupe near Comfort rose over 25 feet, and why families had no time to act. And the Guadalupe has a long memory. The river flooded in 1838, 1869, and again in 1921 when a tropical system dropped 2 feet of rain in a day. Entire homes were ripped from their foundations. At least 215 people died across south central Texas. It's still one of the deadliest floods in US history. And that was before radar, before flood maps, before cell phones. In 1936, New Braunfels flooded again. They called it the flood of the century. But just wait. In 1987, history repeated itself. A church youth camp near Comfort, Texas got caught in a pre-dawn flash flood. Camp leaders tried to evacuate by bus, but the flood wave came too fast. A van and a bus were swept off a lower water crossing. Some of the campers formed a human chain to escape. Helicopters pulled survivors from trees. 10 teenagers unfortunately drowned. It was supposed to be a summer of faith, friendship, and fun, and now, almost 40 years later, it's happened again. It's a pattern we seem unwilling to break. In 1972, it was 16 inches of rain overnight. 11 people died. In 1978, the remnants of Tropical Storm Amelia dropped nearly 50 inches in some places. 33 people died. In 1998, it was a 500-year flood. 335,000 cubic feet per second poured through Gonzales. Whole neighborhoods in Seguin and New Braunfels were underwater. 31 people died. And in 2015, another wave of Memorial Day floods swept through the region. That's when Texas launched the Turn Around, Don't Drown campaign. But it didn't fix the real problem. They've never stopped building in the floodplain. There are over 30 summer camps along the upper Guadalupe River. Most of them were built in the 1920s and 30s when people didn't seem to understand how dangerous these rivers could be. Camp Mystic, Camp Stewart, Camp La Junta, Heart of the Hills, Camp Waldemar. Beautiful, historic places, located within feet of the river. At Camp Mystic, cabins were just 225 feet from the riverbank. On July 4th, those cabins were underwater. Parents weren't warned. The camp had no sirens. And Kerr County officials admitted, we don't have a warning system. They're working on one now, but it's too late. The National Weather Service did issue a flash flood warning, but the highest level of flash flood emergency wasn't declared until 4 a.m. By that point, the flood had already reached the camps, and many are blaming the recent cuts to NOAA and the National Weather Service as contributing factors to this delayed response and inaccurate weather forecasting. Multiple cell towers were also down, which meant many weren't able to receive alerts on their phones. Campers were also asleep by the time things got bad, and in rural Hill County, there were no flood sirens, no text alerts, no preemptive evacuations, just rising water and darkness. Look, the Guadalupe isn't evil, it's just powerful. It's always been powerful, but it seems people keep forgetting. They paved over history. They built neighborhoods, RV parks, and camps on grounds that flood again and again. And Texans convinced themselves it was safe. Until it wasn't. To the families mourning the many lives lost, we see you. We remember your children, and we owe it to them to build better, to warn faster, and to stop pretending these rivers are tame. They're not. The Guadalupe has always run wild, and until we start treating it with the respect it demands, it will keep reminding us in the most devastating ways possible. We need to remember to honor the past, protect the future, learn the river's history, and never forget the lives that were lost.
Mainstream media distracted people, and they brainwash America with television, and they distract all our kids with these fantasies. But the real deal distracts them, sex trafficking. Can you feel me? But this the antidote. But truth be told, when this is his story, they'll give a fuck about the ghetto of America. They be pushing the drugs and the guns in the black community. We was conquered off our land. White supremacy at its finest. It's all set up now, and we fight the COVID virus. It's a new war order plan to populate the fucking masses. The world is ran by select few. They trying to brand the name and bear this with a chill. But this the antidote. I'm hitting with some. by select few. They tryna brand the name and bet us with a tip. But this the antidote. I'm hitting with some truth. We not meant to survive, and that's the dirty truth. Dirty truth. Yo, we need to save our children.